Hello everyone, it's your boy Beyblade Joe, and for today's video, we are gonna be doing a part 2 on me transforming Burst Beyblades into Metal Fight Beyblades. So if you love both Metal Fight and Burst, for sure you are gonna like this video, and be sure to try this out at home if you can. Last time, we remade 4 Burst Beyblades into Metal Fight Bays, and now we are gonna add 4 more. The first one we have Roar Bahamut, an unburstable Beyblade that has really strong KO resistance. Since Roar Bahamut's color is mainly purple, we are gonna use these purple clear wheel and facebolt. Roar Bahamut's shape is circular, so we are gonna use the basalt metal wheel because not only they have very similar shapes, both of them somehow has recoil. Since Bahamut is a fairly short Beyblade, we are gonna use a short spin track. And lastly, for the performance tip, we need something that has very similar performance to the Moment Driver, and this DS tip will work perfectly. For the second Beyblade we have another Spriggan. This time we have World Spriggan. Since World is another circular layer that is very thin, we are gonna use this flame wheel because they have similar attributes. Since Spriggan is typically gold in color that has some red accents, we are gonna use this gold clear wheel and this red facebolt. Now for the 2B chassis, we need something that has a similar free spinning gimmick, and this ED145 track is the perfect representation. And lastly, for the performance tip, this is one of the few most accurate representation of a burst driver to an MFB tip. The Unite driver and the CS tip literally has the same exact design. For the third Beyblade we have Zest Achilles. This Bey has a slight ovular shape that has these 2 gaps with 2 big nubs on each side for the attack power. And this thermal metal wheel is the perfect part for this, since Zest Achilles is mostly grayish in color with a little blue and a red core. We are gonna use this clear wheel and facebolt. And now for the performance tip that will represent Quattro Dash, this Delta Drive is the most accurate one. And lastly, in my opinion this one is the most interesting and the most fun. We have Prominence Phoenix with the shield projectile gimmick. Let's first start with the color. Since Phoenix is mostly red and gold, we are gonna use this clear wheel and facebolt. And now the most important part, how are we gonna implement this shield gimmick into the Metal Fight world? Firstly, we need this Kreese metal wheel because compared to Prominence, both have very similar shape and structure. Unfortunately the Kreese wheel does not have the same projectile gimmick like Prominence, but that doesn't stop me from entertaining my audience. Luckily, the Kreese wheel has 2 parts just like Prominence, so all I need to do is throw this projectile shield randomly when a battle starts. You heard that right, I will throw this metal piece just to make this metal Beyblade become accurate to Phoenix.
Stop it. Get some help.
Since Phoenix has the tapered disc which is a circle, this D125 spin track would be the perfect part. For the performance tip, we need something that has a ball-shaped tip, and this metal ball would work, but you can also use the normal ball tip if you prefer. Now let us assemble these new Burst Bays in their Metal Fight form, and let's compare it side by side with their original Burst form. All of these Beyblades will at least battle against each other once in both the DB Stadium and the standard type, and I'm gonna include some old remakes from the old video. Here we have MFB Guilty Longinus, we have MFB Vanish Fafnir, and lastly, we have MFB Ultimate Valkyrie, the one in the VS set, so this one's the less aggressive one. Let's get started first with MFB Prominence Phoenix. Now let's battle MFB World Sprague. Now let's battle MFB Zest Achilles. Now let's battle MFB War Bahamut. Now let's battle MFB Vanish Fafnir. Now let's battle MFB Guilty Longinus. And lastly, the final battle. Now let's look at the final scores. Since this video was already long enough, the battle in the standard stadium will be uploaded in a separate video. If this video get 100 likes and 20 comments, I will be uploading part 2.5 sooner than normal.